Apu's warriors, led by Tormod, join the escaped prisoners, and Dayan's army grows ever larger. Its victories at Talrega and other key locations have strengthened its position. The army rides across the land, liberating prisoners from many encampments. The Dayan ranks swell with the influx of veteran soldiers, and the men begin to dream of the day when they may retake the capital. Like a fever, conflict grips the nation. The night will be long before this fever breaks. All eyes turn toward Dayan's capital as the liberation begins what all believe will be a long and bloody march.
Hey guys, it's Robot and welcome back to more Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Last time we freed a bunch of prisoners. This time we're taking on Chapter 8, Glory Unwanted. You summoned me, Your Grace. Jared, there's trouble. The Apostle has formed an inspection team. She's dispatching it to Dayan. Oh-ho. I've arranged to meet with the Senate's Vice Minister, Duke Gatos. If we ask him the favor, I imagine he could discreetly sweep their findings under the rug. But in the meantime, you must obliterate the insurgents. Once that is done, we'll devise excuses. Understood, sir. What's the plan? Will the senators be able to cover up this mess? If the inspection team and the rebel army ever cross paths, even the Senate won't be able to hide the truth. We'll lure the rebels to Shifu Swamp. We'll plant tales of a mass execution there, and they'll be sure to come. Then, we'll trap the malcontents and wipe them from the face of the land. It's amazing. My wound is healed. I give you thanks. I never thought I'd see the silver-haired maiden work miracles before my very eyes. Silver-haired maiden, help them! You must help them! Help who? What's going on? Calm down and tell me. They're killing our men. I beg you, please, save them. Prisoners from Joad work camp are being collected in Shifu Swamp and executed? Not only Joad. There's reportedly a plan to exterminate all prisoners in every camp, and let the swamp conceal the remains. I've heard nothing of such a plan. It's a false rumor, or an enemy trap. It may indeed be a trap, but if we don't investigate, we risk a mass execution. And what if it is a trap, and they vanquish the Liberation Army? The dream of restoring Dayan to glory will die instantly. For the good of Dayan's future, we must ignore this threat. I understand, and that's why I won't take any troops. Only myself, and my old friends will go. Makai, if you refuse them your permission, I will go alone. And stop right there, little lady. I'll not authorize this action without the prince's full approval. Izuka, let her do as she wishes. Please, she hasn't disappointed us yet. My prince. Yeah, fine. But I can't help but feel as if these children are running your army. Alright, and with that very little info, we need some more info to watch. We're just about ready. Let's talk to Tormod and... Micaiah? Oh, sorry. Hey, remember our promise from 3 years ago? There are no secrets between us. So, Miriam knows that I'm older than I look. I see. Well, don't worry too much about it. You can trust him. Yes, I'm sure of that. Miriam seems very trustworthy, but what about everyone else? What would they think if they knew all of my abilities came from the mixed blood running through my veins? Blood they consider cursed. Micaiah, stop. Right now, when they look at me, they have love and affection in their eyes. But would they look at me the same way if they knew? I don't want to find out, Soph. I don't think I could bear the truth. You know, we can stop. What do you mean? Look, this was an impossible situation to begin with. You've always led such a secluded life. Ever since you were thrust into this position, I worried that the pressure might get to you. You're right. I knew it would turn out like this. Despite that, I accepted the job. I can't stop now. But, Micaiah, listen, Soth. I realized something after Dayan lost the war. What's that? I realized how much I loved my country. And during the war, I spent a lot of time with the people of Dayan while I was waiting for you to return. After we lost the war, all our cities and towns had been reduced to ruins. We had to help each other to cope. We supported and comforted each other. That's how we survived. You never mentioned this before. I've been secluded so long, I had no idea people were so strong and kind. No one knew who I was, but they helped me because I was from Dayan. They were so loving. They were my friends. And now you won't leave them. I was touched by their kindness. Now, I'm scared to lose it. Very scared. Kaya, I suppose this isn't the time to worry about such things. If my power is needed to liberate Dayan, I will stand my ground and fight. Well, not to spoil your resolve, but if things get too hot, I'm just going to have to grab you and run. So, friends and Dayan are important, but not as important as you are to me. Remember that. Alright. Thank you, Soth. Sorry about this, Lady Micaiah. Just this once, I agree with Lord Izuku's concerns. I completely understand. This is my fight, and mine alone. Please keep the prince safe, General Taranio. I'll protect Micaiah. I've enlisted extra help, too. We'll make it back in one piece. I place my trust in you, Soth. Best of luck. Oh, I nearly forgot. You should take this. What a peculiar staff. What power does it possess? It is a restore staff. It will help you recover from poison, sleep, and paralysis. Enemies will use every method they possess to destroy you. It is best that you are prepared for every eventuality. Thank you, General Taranio. We will return safely. I know. And I know you'll save the hostages, too. I wonder where the boss is. These tents all look the same. Hello, Vika. Can I help you? Vika. You always run away from me. Did I do something to offend you? No, I'm so sorry. I can't explain why this happens. I get so jumpy around you. There's just something about you. Oh, but please don't be sad. It's not you. It's me. I get confused sometimes. I really admire you, and then I get a bizarre feeling, and that's alright. Sorry to bother you. No, wait. I want to overcome this. I don't like that I feel I must avoid you for some inexplicable reason. But I know how painful it is to be feared. I'm really, really sorry. Let's be friends, okay? If you can forgive me, that is. Of course I forgive you. Thank you, Vika. I'd be honored to have your friendship. Here, take this as a token of that friendship. But please take it. I'd like you to have it. What a beautiful figurine. The goddess looks so serene. Carry it with you. It'll bring you good luck. I met my boss and Miriam thanks to that figurine. Thank you, Vika. I'll cherish it. I'm glad you like it. Alright, we got a couple good items there from those info. I'm going to go ahead and check out the shop. This time around, there are a few good items. You got all the ranged weapons, wind edge, javelin, hand axe. We have a new item, the olivey grass, an herb that restores 15 points to a Lagu's transform gauge. Now, as you might have noticed in the last chapter, the Lagus, Miriam and Vika, both had 30 transform gauge, and whenever that bar filled up all the way to 30, they could transform into their Lagu's form, and then whenever it emptied to 0, they reverted back to their normal, more humanoid form. So the olivey grass, it has 8 uses just like a vulnerary, and it can instantly give them 15 points. You don't have to wait each and every turn for them to only get like 4 or 5 points. And on top of this, we also have the Wyrm Slayer. It's a pretty good sword. It does a lot of damage to Draco Knights and those of the Dragon Tribe Lagus. but it is also very expensive, so I will not be going out for it this time around. If you have enough funds for it, by all means, it's a really, really good sword. I think, other than that, I'll go ahead and start moving around our items. We actually don't have any new units, which is kind of nice for a change, so I'll go ahead and move around some items. Okay, so I went ahead and left an Elfire on Tormod for reasons you'll see whenever we start the chapter, and I gave his fire to Olyena because she can now equip that. She does only have weapon level E in fire, so that's the only tome she can equip, but with her discipline skills she'll be able to get that weapon level up quite quickly. I'm going to be leaving the Paragon skill on Edward as well. I said I might be changing that, but I'm not going to. And yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and leave base. Good. You may begin. Here, have a little swim. No. No. Help. Someone. Stop. You're that bleeding heart filth. We are the Dayan Liberation Army. Everyone hold tight. You'll be safe soon. Look at her hair. Could it be the silver-haired maiden? Our country's savior? Come to rescue us? The savior of Dayan! Whether they suspected a trap or not, they're here. Brazen fools. All hands, take battle positions. Silver-haired wench, I'm going to drown you and all of Dayan's hopes in these filthy waters. You've no escape. So, it's a trap after all. Don't get too smug, you cruel cowards. We have a little something up our sleeves, too. Tormod, here's your chance. Lady Nailah, Volug! Subhumans, they're everywhere. How? Rafiel? Even you came to help? What happened just now? What was that strange song? That was Vigor, a Heron Galder that can re-energize our allies in a fight. Don't be distracted, Micaiah. Let's set our formation while we can. Members of the Heron clan wield mystical songs known as Galdrar to aid their allies. Use them wisely. Alright, let's go ahead and position our units. As you might notice, there are a lot of units that you need to take in this chapter. All those units that just participated in that mini cutscene, you have to take. And we'll be taking Edward and Olyena, and for some weird reason, General Tyranio's not able to come, which makes sense. He said he was going to stay behind. But so did Lady Fiona and Jill. I don't really know why, but they're unavailable for this chapter. Kind of leaning into what I said about Fiona not really being available that often. The first chapter, well, I guess technically the second chapter after she's available, she's not even able to come. So yeah, just kind of really weird timing for that. But let's go ahead and check out the map. We have quite a few enemy units with all of our mandatory units that we need to take. I'll be going over these two in a second as they are new units of ours. First off, I think, yeah, we should be good here. Go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and head out. Player phase. Alright, we do not need to watch the rescue tutorial. All of these prisoners, there's 6 of them in total, 3 on each side. If all of them die, you lose the chapter. Just instant game over. The same is true, obviously, if Micaiah or so dies, or if Nailah dies, which, as I'll go over in a second, that ain't gonna happen. Now, the boss is over here, and this is a rout all the enemy chapter, so basically just take out as many people as humanly possible. I think we'll start with this guy right here. There we go. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep the Elfire on Tormod, was because he could take that guy out pretty easily, and in fact there's going to be several enemies down here for him to take out, and because I don't have enough units to come down here and help, I need all of them going over here to take out the main force. Now let's have Soth take this guy out. Alrighty, almost gets a level up to start the chapter. Eddie can easily take that guy with a crit, because of course he can. Alright, Ilyena can start working on this guy. Right here. Can she actually take him out? Yes, she can with that new fire. No damage, thanks to that awesome support from Edward. First level up as a Sage. Pretty bad level up. Two pretty useless stats on her. And now the last three units we have here is Volug, Nailah, and Rafiel. Volug, we obviously know what he can do. He can run down here and he can take out this mage. Yeah, that should be no problem. Alrighty. Gets another little bit of experience. And now, the last two units I have not moved yet, Nailah and Rafiel. They obviously are both new units. I'm going to go over Rafiel first, as he's a little bit different than most units. First thing you might notice, he has incredible luck. He starts with 31 luck, and his cap on luck is really, really high. In fact, that's, I think it's one of his highest growths, luck and HP. Now, he's a Heron. He is a Laguz, technically, but Herons do not attack. They cannot attack at all. As such, he has a 0 strength growth, which is a little unfortunate, because he's a Laguz, you know, that gets a transform gauge and everything, but they can't attack at all. Instead, they're more support units, where they use their turn to make your allies move again. If an ally has already used their action and is waited, a Heron can walk over and use the Galder to make them move yet again in the same turn, which is really, really good. So Rafiel is a very valuable unit. He comes with a Seraph Robe, which increases HP by 7 whenever you use it. As obviously he cannot attack, he doesn't have any weapon level, he only has 5 movement, and he's not flying, which is kind of weird. Herons normally fly. He does have a few skills to go over. He has Blessing, restores HP to all adjacent allied units equal to this unit's magic power. So he does have pretty good magic growth, and that's why you want him to have magic, because he can restore HP to allies. And, more importantly, Galdrar allows this unit to sing Galdrar to aid allies. The level of the user affects which Galdrar can be learned. Now, he can, right now, only use one, which allows units to move twice, but as he levels up, he can learn more and more songs to aid our units. And, second up, we have Nailah, the Wolf Queen. Look at her stats. Her hit rate is 232% at base. Her attack is 54 when you include her 34 strength and her Great Fang, which has a 100% chance to hit, and 20 damage. She's ridiculously overpowered. Her skill, 46, speed 38, defenses through the roof. She even has high magic. She's just absolutely, impeccably amazing. In fact, I would consider her to be one of the top 5 units in the entire adventure. She is that good. Despite having not very good growths. But can you blame them? If they gave her good growths, she'd just be a completely broken unit. Instead, she's just normally broken. Moving on, she does have SS rank in Strike, which is completely new to this adventure. There's SS, a tier beyond standard S rank. And she also has 9 move, which is really, really good. She has a whole host of skills to go over, including Glare, can immobilize an enemy unit until the map is cleared. Just random occurrence, it just stuns an enemy for the duration of the battle. Guard, we've already gone over with Soth. Form Shift allows the unit to stay transformed at any time. The unit will stay transformed until choosing to revert forms. Typically this is only for Laguz Royals, Since she's the Wolf Queen, she gets this ability. And she has the ability Savage. Can inflict damage at triple strength rating and have enemy skill for a turn. That's like her ultimate skill. That's why it costs 30 capacity to equip. Yeah, she does triple damage and makes it to where the enemy can never hit her, if she somehow doesn't kill them with triple strength. So yeah, she's just absolutely incredible. And to demonstrate her skill, let's have her, oh, I don't know, kill this dude. She will not get hit, she will not take damage, and the enemy cannot crit. She does 49 damage times 2. Goodbye. She only gets 1 experience, though, which is kind of funny to see. We'll have Rafiel just go ahead and move forward, and after that really long first turn, let's see what the enemy does. Pretty good for Volug. I knew Miriam would get attacked by that guy, but he does so much damage that I didn't feel like it was really all that bad. Volug's doing a pretty good job at weakening those guys, and Nailah can just completely obliterate them. Alright, at the start of turn 2, you immediately notice there is now a Draco Knight, which can just fly straight through the swamp and start killing all these units. That's a very big no-no, as he is really, really powerful. So we'll have Tormund take that guy out right off the bat. Nearly get the level up. And I think we'll have Vika run over here and see how much damage she can do to him. Have Miriam do the same. Volug, you can take out one random dude. Nailah, you can do the same. And this time, I think I'll actually show it, because she looks incredibly stunning. Just a huge, like, purplish, white, critical hitting wolf. Yeah. The character model looks really, really, really good for Nailah. Especially when she's in wolf form like that. Alright, let's just move our entire northern army here. Ooh, Edward, you actually can't kill that guy, but it's fine. You can do a lot of damage to him. Or never mind, you can just score a critical hit because you're Edward. Gets a level up. Again, because you're Edward. Not a very good level up, but he does get weapon level up as well. Does that give him S rank? Yes, it does. S rank in sword, so he's working on SS. Okay, just keep moving everybody forward. That guy does attack Vika. And she doesn't really do that much damage, but it at least hurts the guy overall. Tormund's got a little bit of company down here. Should be able to... Ooh, he actually can't take that guy out. He can take that guy out, however. There you go, Tormund. Gets his first level up, even though I'm not using him. He still gets a decent level up. Defense is pretty good right now. I'm going to try to box this guy in as best I can, but unfortunately, I've never gone through this chapter without losing at least one prisoner. I don't know, the Draco Knight comes too early, and I always lose at least one. Now, I should mention, these prisoners, they do give you quite a bit of bonus experience. They give you 200 each. So, for a maximum total of 1,200, it's pretty good and very worth it to keep them all alive as best you can. Let's see, I think I'll have... How do I want to do this here? I don't really know. I think I'll have Soth start running down there because he can run through the swamp pretty easily. He is a thief, after all, a rogue character. And these two are good over here for the time being. It's going to be an interesting turn, as he should kill one of these guys. Yes, he does. One shot. And he flies north, which is good. That brings him closer to Soth. Alright, Tormund takes that guy out. Gets even more experience, although he's poisoned now. Yes, 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 poison. It really hurts. Okay, we actually can't hit those guys, which is very unfortunate. I think if we just keep moving, Vika and Miriam are both gaining quite a bit of transform gauge, and by the time that the dragon gets down to that prisoner to the south, we should be good to go. Micaiah a little bit, and make sure that you are not in their range, so there we go. And, yep, these guys are still good over here. Alright, here comes a guy to attack Eddie. He misses. Wow, Edward just killed him in one hit. I think that was his last wind edge, so that should break. Yep. Oh, he ran down there and attacked the prisoner. That's not really what I expected. Alright, Edward's doing quite a lot of work, getting a ton of experience. Oh, so with the clutch critical hit. Absolutely terrible level up for Sothe. Alright, can I reach that Draco Knight with Miriam? No. Can Vika shove him? Of course not, Miriam's a huge guy. I think I will go ahead and use a Vulnerary on Tormod, just so he doesn't get hit. I don't really know how I'm going to take this guy out. I guess we'll do this and just kind of keep chasing him. We'll go ahead and shift. And get ready to hit him. Okay. I guess we'll have Edward go ahead and attack this right here, this mage. Just because he can kill him in one hit. Score yet another level up. See, this is probably my least favorite chapter so far, because this Draco Knight, he's just so deadly and I don't like it. I think I'll have Ilyena wait right here. Nope, didn't get it. Okay. I just killed another one. He's super strong, but now he's in range of Sothe, so this should be good. And Vika can transform as well. So first things first, I want to take care of that Draco Knight. Just in case, we'll go ahead and shove Sothe, even though I know he could have reached. Alright, Sothe can take him out with another crit. Perfect. Now, I guess she can go ahead and shove Sothe forward. Stay right there. Rafiel, you're not really being useful this chapter, but that's okay. Ilyena, you can wait right there and get an arm scroll. There we go. I wanted to go ahead and grab that. Since it's not Sothe, it wasn't 100%, but she still grabbed it. It's kind of in an obscure spot too, right in front of two trees. Let's see here. We have these guys over here, which Nailah can obliterate him. Get one more experience, and Volug can take this guy out. Alrighty. It is admittedly kind of a quick chapter, but I don't know, it's one of my least favorites. Let's go ahead and have Edward take care of the boss with mandatory taunting. My forces. Overpowered? The enemy fights with such passion. Is this another of the Maiden's powers? Well, you know it is one of the Maiden's powers? Having her allies kill people. That wench! Her powers. Much too dangerous. She mustn't be allowed to... Whew! With that Paragon skill, that's an easy 100 experience for Edward, who's already level 9. He's pretty much caught up to Sothe already. That's really, really good. And since there's only an enemy healer left, we should be good. We're going to escape with 3 prisoners left alive. That's not bad. I would like to have, 4 or 5 or even 6, but like I said, I've never had 6 people by the end of this chapter. But I am going to be showing Rafiel's little ability here, the Vigor, which makes Sothe able to move yet again, and still not get to where I wanted him to get, unfortunately. Yeah, we can go one more turn. Oh. Or maybe we shouldn't have gone one more turn. Now there's enemy units. Yeah, I just wanted to grab that coin because it was right there. But now I'm a little more nervous. Let's definitely move Ilyena down because she can take care of those guys pretty easily, I would hope. Let's use Vigor to make her move again. And since she's a Thunder Sage, she should be able to take care of these dragons very, very easily. Yeah, 1L Thunder. Oh, come on, Ilyena. Okay, there we go. Got a little nervous there. Alright, and Eddie. Yep, you can take that guy out. Get the support bonus critical hit. Although the support doesn't really have anything to do with the critical hit. And go ahead and end. Alright, there we go. Now I think we're good. I got the coin that I wanted, and now let's kill that guy in one shot, maybe get another level up for Eddie. Oh, of course we do. Exactly enough. Thanks, Paragon. Man, Edward's gotten terrible level ups this chapter. We're nearly back to camp. I wonder if the prince will overlook the fact that I insisted on this mission. I'm sure he'll be happy when he sees the prisoners are safe. So, do you hear a noise coming from the canyon? Is it people shouting? Look! Look up there! The maiden has returned, and the prisoners are with her. She won another victory? She escaped their trap and destroyed the enemy? Again? Radiant with divine protection, she truly has the goddess's blessing. The silver-haired maiden, our priestess. Priestess of Dawn. Hooray, Lady Micaiah. What could they be celebrating? It seems the soldiers are celebrating your liberation of the prisoners. You should wave to them. People like their heroes to seem approachable. It would make them happy. I'm no hero, but I see what you mean. What a glorious sight she is! Lady Micaiah. Lady Micaiah, the priestess of Dawn. Here you are. I've been looking for you. Soth? After all those soldiers cheering, I feel like I'm doing real good here. Micaiah? Soth, please, come quick. There's something wrong with Miriam. Miriam, get a hold of yourself. Look at me. Little one. This happens over and over. Miriam suddenly transforms, and he growls like he's losing his mind. And if I grab him and yell his name again and again, he returns to himself. But then it just starts over. And when he's growling, his eyes, they look... It's as if one of them is looking at me. Them? One of them? One of who? You can't mean... No. Help him, please. I don't know what to do. The time between transformations is getting shorter and shorter. My body can't. No. No. No, little one. Get away. No. I won't let you. I'll die before I let you go feral. Miriam, look at me. That song. Rafiel. Miriam! The Galder of Rebirth restores twisted bodies and souls to their proper states. You will be alright now. Thank you. Without Miriam, life would be terrible. What was that song? It was different than what he sang before. It was the Galder of Rebirth. I heard it once before, in the war. But, Micaiah, what's wrong? I feel odd. Maybe it was the song? I'm shaking for some reason. But I'm truly glad that Miriam will be alright. Feral ones? In the Mad King's War, Dane's military developed living weapons. They were called feral ones. Laguza had been warped and twisted by terrible experiments. Terrible, you say? Do you mean to refute the highly effective results of my brilliant research? Then it was you? You secretly gave Miriam that drug to turn him into a feral one? And what's wrong with that? Maintaining constant battle strength and beast state? How splendid. How dare you? Transforming Lagoos into feral ones dramatically shortens their lifespans. It destroys their sense of self, and they do nothing but fight until they die. And you gave Miriam that drug? Pawns need no sense of self. It's only natural to sacrifice soldiers for victory in war. You twisted maniac. You are the lowest... Everybody, wait. Please. Kazuka clearly did a terrible thing to turn that that Lagoos. I apologize. Tormund, I'm truly sorry. He will not use the drug again. So, please, try to forgive him. Prince Peleus? My prince, we must not have royalty bowing and scraping before swine, like, that's enough. Tormund, let him go. I see. Is that true? Yes, Apostle. Our occupation forces have engaged in appalling and inhumane excesses in Dayan. These excesses were perpetrated entirely outside the knowledge of the occupational governor, Duke Numida. I come to you penitent. Failing my duties as governor, I, Numida, share a measure of guilt for this disaster. I am prepared to take the appropriate punishment, Apostle Sanaki. However, I feel that freeing the people of Dayan from the clutches of our oppression is our most urgent task. Urgent, you say? Then we must make haste. We will forthwith convene an inspection team and request a meeting with the army led by the late King Ashnard's orphan. We will assure them of Benion's intentions. Then, we will immediately address the occupation force's tyranny. Excellent. In that case, please deign to allow me, your humble servant Lacane, to lead the inspection team. The soldiers who have stained the Empire's name will be toppled where they stand. I promise. They shall not live to return here. That is unacceptable. I will decide the soldiers' punishment only after hearing their side. And I have chosen to appoint Sephiran, Duke Persis, to lead the investigation team. Is that acceptable, Sephiran? I hear, and I obey, my Empress. What, Apostle Sanaki? This is a dire situation. Accordingly, I judge the Prime Minister, Duke Persis, to be more suited to the role than you, Vice Minister Lacane. That is all. Lord Lacane, what shall I do? Duke Numida, my friend, I'm afraid you must sacrifice every last Benyon in the Imperial Occupation Army. What? That's ridiculous. But... blast that spoiled brat and her cunning little schemes. You'll regret this, Apostle Sanaki. And with that, we go from one of my least favorite chapters to one of my favorite chapters. Next time on Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.